Today, I'm going to show you a couple of products from Three Legged Things. Not only they're interesting, I would go as far as saying that they are, well, must-have and essential for any series creators and filmmakers. Hi, it's Cheng here from RED35. If you follow this channel long enough, you may have seen me use quite a few different Three Legged Things products, from Three Legged Things L brackets to tripods to tripod heads and stuff like that. It's because I'm pretty obsessed with, their products. Yeah, you know that when I'm obsessed about something, I just keep, getting them. But anyway, joking aside, today I'm going to show you a couple of products which is very, very different to what they have been doing in the past. So the first product I want to show you guys is this here. Yeah, this is a little bit weird, right? Because, well, Three Legged Thing literally rip all the legs off and keep the center column. Well, in a way, it's actually a pretty cool solution that I'm going to tell you a little bit more in just a sec. So it has its own name. Let me just use the box to tell you what it's called, because Three Legged Things always have their own naming convention for all their products, right? It is actually, this time, it's not really a name like they did in the past, and it's called the Camera Desk Mount Stand, CDMS in short. Well, I really like something like this. And in fact, when Three Legged Thing first showed me the product, I just thought, this is amazing. This is something I personally really like to have in my setup, simply because I do a lot of YouTube videos. As you know, I'm a creator, and also I like to show some of the tutorials for my students in the past, and I'm always trying to create some sort of like short video clips so I can send them from a different angle, not just like more like face off kind of thing. And it's quite hard to show you how I set up the camera and things like that. This is actually really good, so I can get a top down view by mounting a camera on top of this arm right here. This is amazing. So the Three Legged Thing has created this specifically for creators and also commercial filmmakers who do a lot of, let's say, product demonstrations and things like that. And this is, I think, probably one of a kind. I mean, you do see some product in the past, but they are much bigger, much more expensive, much more permanent. And this is actually mobile. When I say mobile, because it utilizes a C-clamp at the bottom of the tube right here. Just basically clamp onto any sort of flat surfaces, so long they are stable, which I'm going to come into just a sec. So this particular set here is called a 2A, which basically comes in two arms. It's like 2A. And the other one is just basically just the main arm itself. The two arm versions, I think, is probably worthwhile investing instead of the single arm, because you can actually mount a secondary device or other things you may want to. For demonstrative purposes, I've mounted my Atomos Ninja 5 recorder screen right here. I haven't plugged it in, just want to show you how it works. But I can also mount a light. I mean, I have used it in the past. I mounted a light here to give just some fill light for the product I want to showcase, or a mic as well if you really want to. You can get these, I believe, from Three Legged Things separately, so you can mount more arms if you really want to. But yeah, it's really good to have kind of two things set up for this particular one right here. So top is obviously for the camera, and I like it. And at the moment, I mounted a smartphone, but it's actually good for normal cameras as well. How solid and how stable it is all depending on a couple of things. First of all, obviously the weight of the camera system itself, but also of what you're clamming onto. So certain solid surfaces, you should get a very solid response here. But some of the softer wood planks and things like that, if you've gone to a bench, just have to be careful what sort of thing you're mounting onto. And just because you may have the edges a little bit soft and rotten, and that is not very secure. So just make sure you have a really secure base before you, set it all up. Otherwise, don't blame Three Legged Things. The arm is not secure and things like that, because it's always depending on what sort of base or foundation you mount everything onto. So that is something that I would like to highlight to you guys. But overall, I really like it because the C-clamp is very flexible. Like I said earlier, it's mobile, right? I've mounted in my kitchen table. I've mounted on here, now in the garden table. I can do same thing over and over again in different locations. And once you kind of detach everything, it becomes a very small package there. You can just basically wrap it all up and put it in a backpack somewhere. It's just good. That means you can do demonstration, different sort of top-down view anywhere you go, so long you have a surface to mount it onto. In terms of flexibility, well, this guy is fully adjustable. The secondary arm can be swivel, right around 360 if you really want to. And also the head itself is utilizing a mini ball head, so you can change the angle and orientation as and when you wish. The arm itself also using a clamping system to clamp into any circular tube surfaces, so you can basically tighten it, just basically screw it on, and that will be it. And the top section here is also utilizing 2 ball heads, one on the main column itself, and the other one is on the horizontal tube here at the end, so you can basically change the angle of the camera itself. At the moment, you can see that there's still a little bit of flex there, because it is what it is. That's how it is designed, but it's very secure. For my testing, I'm able to mount my GX7, which is quite a heavy camera, together with the 1.2 Pro lens, which is totally fine. So if you get kind of similar sort of weight, I would say about 1 kilogram, the kind of thing, you should be more than happy to just basically leave it on there without having much trouble. Anything heavier, you've got like a cine rig and things that I don't think this is designed for that type of thing. For any sort of top-down view, it's more like a secondary B or C cam anyway. It's not the main camera, so just bear that in mind. But overall, so far, in all the Micro Four Thirds cameras I've thrown into this guy here, is totally fine. The OM1, the GX7s, like those are the 2 heaviest ones, right? So this is totally good for it, and nothing is going to happen to it. But remember what I said earlier, it's always depending on the base, what sort of thing you mount it onto. But overall, I like the build quality. It's very solid, aluminum base. They got the same kind of swivel lock like the tripods that I always like. Very reliable. So I don't think this is going to break down anytime soon. It'll probably last you forever, to be quite honest. So this is the desktop mount CDMS that I want to show you. But now it comes on to the second product I want to show you from Three Legged Things. So the second thing I want to show you guys from Three Legged Thing is, well, magic arms. Yes, for those who are very serious about filmmaking and have been using a lot of cages and accessories for your video creations, you would have heard or even used some magic arms from some companies, right? There are many companies who make magic arms these days, but the pioneers will have to be probably Small Rig. I have been using them as well since the beginning of my career as a filmmaker, and because it is really useful. You can mount monitors, mics and things like that. They are good, they're useful, they just basically does the jobs, and I think many of you probably have quite a few of these already. But if I have to compare the Small Rig version of the Magic Arm compared to, Three Legged Things' latest creations, their own versions of Magic Arm, I would say, well, Three Legged Things version is way better compared to Small Rig. Better in every single way. Well, okay, conceptually, functionality-wise, they does exactly the same thing. You mount it to the cage on the tripod, and you just mount something else on top of it, whether it's going to be a monitor or mic and things like that. But when it comes to build quality, execution, low capacity, and also finishing, there is no comparison. So if I have to use some sort of analogies to basically compare these two, the Small Rig version is going to be like Ford in the car world, yeah, and the Three Legged Thing version is like a Bentley, and that basically it. So if you really want to get a really high quality, very substantial magic arm for your very expensive gear, and at this moment in time, I will probably have to kind of hide Small Rig and keep the Three Legged Things. So yeah, it is what it is, and someone does a better job with execution and finishing, and they becomes a better product. And so far, I do believe that the Three Legged Thing versions of Magic Arm is the best on the market right now. I mean, there are many other companies who make Magic Arm these days, and most of them are literally a copy of what Small Rig does. So when it comes to finishings and also the executions and material use, and I do think Three Legged Things version is way more luxurious, but also more substantial, that allows you to mount something very securely on anything that you may want to mount onto. So that is a good thing. All the teeth are very substantial as well, so that means that once you lock the position, it's not going to go anywhere, and that is really good. And the only thing that I want to say that is, there is another company who does a Magic Arm at this moment in time that comes close when it comes to build quality, and that's Falcon. But the Falcon version, however, it isn't something that you can use on a daily basis. It's a very bespoke mounting system here, so even though the concept is very similar, but you just can't use it everywhere. So that's the only problem. Basically use Falcon's ecosystem to be able to exploit this particular Magic Arm right here. So I wouldn't say that this is a bad product, but if you want something that is flexible, is more traditional mounting system, just like a screw-on mount here, the three-legged thing version is definitely worth a look. And of course, you know, if you like a little bit of a color coordinations, you know, three-legged thing does produce with their famous orange color and also an all-black version as well. So yeah, I really like it. So this is really just a short talk about the magic arm the three-legged thing has done, and I do believe they have make a magnificent job right here, and I do like the magic arm that they have, and no doubt this will be now my standard kit for my mounting solution instead of the small rig version, simply because yeah, I think that even though it does the job, I like something that looks better as well. Anyway, this is what I want to say about three-legged latest launches. You know, first of all, it's the CDMS and also their first magic arms. So I can see that they might be onto something right here. There might be something that I've been asking them, or maybe hoping that three-legged has been doing for video creators, for instance, because so far a lot of the products are based on photographers. I know they do have video heads and fluid heads and things like that, but still, I would like to see something like this, you know, some sort of mounting solution, some cages, maybe something like that. Yeah, I think they're onto something. Maybe we should be expecting something big from them in the near future as well. So stay tuned. No doubt that I'm going to showcase them to all of you right here. But anyway, this is what I want to say about three-legged things later products, and let me know in the comment section below what you think about them. But if you are a content creator, a YouTuber, blogger, vlogger, you want to do top-down shots, you know, want to mount something, whatever, you have some solutions right here from three-legged thing, and I think they are doing a better job than most of the competitors out there at this moment in time, and I would vouch for them because I have been using the products. And so far, from what I've seen from their latest creation, they haven't disappointed me. Thank you very much for watching, and you know what to do now. Thumb if you like this video and sub if you want to stay in touch with all things photography and filmmaking. Until next time, I'll see you all very soon. Stay safe and creative. Bye for now. Peace.